Welcome to the Slice Podcast, episode 18. This is the 18th time I've done this. That's fun. And this is where I give you a slice of my mind. I'm your host, Christopher Martinez, and first thing I want to note is that my Switch isn't here, and that's because it's on the fritz. I have to send it into Nintendo so they can fix it. It just shows a black screen, and when I try to hard reset it or reboot it, whatever, it just shows a black screen with the Nintendo logo on it and nothing further. If it needs to charge, it'll show the charging indicator in the top left corner, but that's it. That's all that I can do, so I have to send it in to get it fixed. And that kind of pissed me off because I was really trying to get back into Animal Crossing, and I wanted to play with my sister this weekend. Oh, just to note, this is President's Day, the February 21st. I know I would try to get a video out on the weekends, but I thought I could give myself a day off from doing so. But that's besides the point. It will be out today. But, yeah, so I guess that's the situation. I don't have a Switch for a while. I'm going to send it in today. If not, then I have to wait another month, maybe. I don't know. But anyways, that kind of blows. And the Direct came out, the Nintendo Direct came out, and they were gonna show, or they said Earthbound and Earthbound Beginnings, which is Mother and Mother 2, were going to be available on the NOS and SNES, the NES and SNES Nintendo Switch Online service. So I was looking forward to that. Maybe that's what did it. I tried to let my Switch update or something so I could play those games. Maybe that's what did it. Maybe Nintendo's just stupid and it somehow bricked my console. I don't know. That sucks though. Also, before I want to get into any other topics, I want to note that I got this cool little car, little dinosaur car. It's like a T-Rex or something. A coworker from work gave us these because she thought it'd be fun. And it's cool because look what I can do. It's cool. I just like neat little trinkets like this. It's neat. And it's funny because for her birthday last year, I gave her it's called a Nachosaurus. It's a Stegosaurus, I think. You could put chips in its back and it has like a little, it's supposed to be a patch of grass, but you can put like dip in it or whatever. I don't know. It's just cool. I got it for her because we were talking about. There's this meme I saw where it was like, "Babe, are you okay? You haven't touched your Nachosaurus or your Tacosaurus Rex or whatever." It's really cool. There's some ASMR for you right there. It's hot chocolate. It's a little chilly down here in Los Angeles. Yeah, it's a little chilly. Clouds are starting to come in. It might rain tomorrow, actually. That's always fun. I always like the rain, which means I should probably leave a little more early for work tomorrow because traffic and, traffic in Los Angeles is bad enough as it is. You add rain to it, I think people are going to start freaking out, think the apocalypse is going to happen. I hate traffic in Los Angeles. It's disgusting. There's way too many people there. Nobody knows how to drive. There's always an accident. There's always just so many people there. And I think what I hate the most about the traffic is that people just look at it. I'm like, you don't have to look at it. Just keep going forward. Stop rubbernecking. That's the reason why we're all stopped for so long. Just go. Whatever. Let's get on to some topics I have presented here. I did get a new journal, actually. So, I've had this one for years. It's my tia Veronica got it for me. She got it for me years ago, and I did write a lot in it, but I stopped for a while because that's when I started working on different stuff. So I brought it to work, and I started writing stuff in it whenever I had free time. Whenever a thought came to head, I've worked on film outlines that I'm gonna do. So I decided, hey, let me just throw in some topics in here. It's better than the small notepad because it's weird because I have a jacket with a zipper like for the chest area, and this entire book can fit there. That I'm like, why is that a thing? But thank God it is. All right. Let's talk about the outcome of the Super Bowl. So I believe the score was 23-20. The Rams won. A lot of people are kind of pissed off about it because, like, oh, it was so scripted because of the penalties. A lot of penalties were called. A lot of penalties weren't called. Yeah, the ref ball is really bad in the NFL. It's disgusting. A lot of games have been decided on ref ball. But, I'll say this. It is what it is for the moment until they figure out a much better solution as to how to fix things. Can certain plays be challenged? Can certain plays be looked at? There was a false start on the Rams' final drive to score the touchdown to win the game, basically. It was like almost everyone but the center moved. I'm like, what the fuck? How did you not see that? Also, it was a situation in which the Raiders played the Redskins. When the Redskins scored, they didn't see that. And so the Raiders lost to the Redskins. Oh, actually, not the Redskins, the Washington Commanders. The most fucking boring generic name they probably could have thought of. Red Hawks. I don't know, Red Tails. Anything else. And their logo, I don't know. It's dumb. And I hope that franchise has no wins this season. The Washington football team. They couldn't even fucking think of a regular name. They played as the Washington football team for 2 fucking seasons. That is fucking stupid. I mean, they almost beat Tom Brady in the playoffs in the wild card. I'll give them that. Besides that, no. Anyways, back to the Super Bowl. I fell asleep in the second quarter, I think. I was like, I guess I was just a tad tired. But it was an enjoyable game for the most part. The ref ball was bad. But I'm glad that Matthew Stafford finally has a ring. He's been stuck on the god-awful, shitty Detroit Lions for his entire career. And the first year he moves away to a good team, wins a Super Bowl. That's great. Kind of sucks that Joe Burrow didn't get to win, though, because he has a piss-poor, god-awful, shitty offensive line. I'm sorry to, like, the players, but it's just, fuck. His only options were to throw it deep to Jamar Chase or any receiver that was able to be open, or get defeated, demolished, trampled because his offensive line couldn't block for him. Those were the only 2 options they could have done. What the fuck? And yeah, the run game was pretty good throughout the game. But, some piss poor playmaking decisions, play calling, baffling. Why wouldn't you run in certain aspects? Why would you keep throwing it? And then Aaron Donald sealed the game by tackling Joe Burrow, him having to throw the ball away, and the receiver couldn't catch it. And I see these comments like, why couldn't the receiver dive for the ball? The game's on the line, the biggest game of your life. He couldn't have dove for the ball. Fuck off. You don't know what you're talking about, you fucking idiots. Getting kind of pissed off about that, but it's just, look at the play. No way he could have fucking dove for the ball. The ball was like right at his feet. But anyways, Joe Burrow lost, Zach Taylor lost, Sean McVay, Matthew Stafford, Aaron Donald, Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp got the MVP and was the offensive player of the year. I mean, I think he should have been MVP. I don't know why they gave it to Aaron Rodgers. But whatever. What's it called? Vrabel for the Titans got the Coach of the Year award for coaching the most boring, stale-looking first-round team I've ever seen. I'm going to be honest. I really wanted Coach of the Year to go to Rich Bisaccia. And it's mainly a bias thing because the Raiders. But look what he did. He took a team that was in shambles, that was devastated, and he led them to the playoffs. What other interim head coach could do that? What did he finish the season off with? 7-5 or something? Yeah, he finished the season off 7-5. And I mean, he came in when the Raiders were 3-2. Won the first 2 games, lost some games, won a game, lost some games, won more games. I mean, no other interim head coach came in and led the team to the playoffs, especially with all the shit that the Raiders went through. He did get a couple of votes, but none of the Titans never really impressed me throughout the season. So that's all I'm like, I mean, okay, you without Derrick Henry, you still got the first round, but they look so boring and not exciting. But anyways, back to this topic of the Super Bowl. The halftime show was the thing. There was a joke where it's like, if you enjoy the halftime show, you're old and need to get your fucking colonoscopy or something. I don't know. You need to get your prostate exam if you enjoyed that halftime show. I mean, I thought it was cool. It was enjoyable. I did think the dumb thing about the Super Bowl was The Rock being there. You know, dude's ripped and built as fuck, but I'm like, why the fuck is The Rock here? Opening a Super Bowl. It said the game was supposed to start at 3:30. It's 3:35 now. I'm still waiting for the goddamn Super Bowl to start. What the hell? I mean, I know but it's the Super Bowl. They have to do these big, extravagant things to show it. But I just want to watch the damn game. I don't want to watch The Rock, talk for 3 minutes presenting these teams. And then the fucking the NFL YouTube channel, they put the clip on YouTube of The Rock presenting the teams, opening the Super Bowl, and the title was "The Guy from Fortnite." I went, "What the fuck? Who did this?" Either you're a mastermind of a troll, or you're just incredibly dumb and need to be fired. What the fuck? Anyways, the Super Bowl was a game. And this is the first Sunday, or yesterday was the first Sunday without football for months. And now we're going to have to live without it for a while. And I'm just looking forward to baseball. That's it. I just want to watch some baseball. But anyways, that won't be fun either because I'm an A's fan and we're also in shambles. So that I guess that does that for that topic. Next topic, I have quite a bit here. Feeling productive. So, if you can tell by the timeline of my channel for the past couple of weeks, I've been doing a podcast, a skit, a podcast. I'll do a skit next week, and it makes me feel like I do things on the weekends. Yeah, of course, it's not going out, trying a new restaurant or whatever, because I'm just staying here, but at least I'm doing something. I feel productive making videos. Like, why am I going to have a YouTube channel with videos on if I'm not going to actually post stuff on it? And I spend a lot of time playing Halo, playing games, watching movies. But when I make videos, I do feel like I'm doing stuff. I do feel like I'm feeling productive, as this topic is. And I get chances to write. I get chances to practice. I get chances to just talk about stuff. Because believe it or not, I do enjoy these podcasts. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done 18 of these damn things. But yeah, I like talking. I like sitting down and talking. And I like editing. I like matching the audio that I capture from the camera and matching it with my lips. I like messing with colors with the color wheels in Premiere. Otherwise, I'd just be sitting down playing video games. Which, hey, I'll do that, but I like doing this. I like making videos. I like writing. I like not just writing my skits, but I like writing outlines for films. I like writing in general. I like doing things. And yeah, I may not go out all the time. My job keeps me very busy on the weekdays. On the weekends, I just like to rest. But hey, if I'm writing and I'm doing this, then I feel good with myself. I do feel good. I feel fulfilled doing things like this because it's practice. Writing, it's practice for, me writing a script for a feature-length film for a studio. And it's like, you hear this all the time from filmmakers. It's just make movies. Even if it's shit, it doesn't matter. You're doing it. You're on the road. You're going to learn. You don't learn. Of course, you learn when you do something correctly, but the best lessons are from mistakes. Then you know how to fix it. Then you know what to avoid. Yeah, I know my skits aren't quote unquote good. I mean, because they're really simple. I'm not a master editor, but I enjoy doing it. I enjoy making my skits. Yeah, I know they're not amazing, but I do put effort into them. I do put effort into making it look like there are two of me having a conversation with each other, because I don't have actors. I mean, and I highly doubt that any coworkers of mine would be willing to do something for a skit on a weekend in which they'd just like to relax. Um, and that's perfectly fine. I enjoy doing things on my own anyways, like this. But originally this topic, being fulfilled, was actually going to be meant for my job, which is being a health and safety monitor, a COVID compliance officer, whatever you call it. Although my role is health and safety monitor. Other shows, you see them as COVID compliance officers. But health and safety monitor sounds a little less scary. And the reason why I wanted to actually talk about this is because there are days where I feel like, what's the point? No one cares. Like, the crew doesn't, like, how do I say this? It's just like, they comply. They do. But people are annoyed by it. I hate wearing masks and shit. It's just that people don't like being told what to do outside of their, job. And there are times where there's not much to do. If everyone's wearing their masks, you just wait until you wipe some stuff down, or wait until someone asks for a mask. Someone told me this. It's because what I do is I wait. I can watch the entire crew put together the show, and it's awesome. It gets boring sometimes though, because I'm just sitting there, but I do get to watch. I do get to ask questions. Some department heads have come up to me and said, or some coworkers, department heads, what have you, come up to me and they say, "Hey, have you thought about what you're gonna do next year? Have you thought about what job you're gonna have next? What, have you asked other people, hey, can I join this, whatever?" And I'd like to be a PA next season, or work on another show, because I just like to go do other things. I'd like to see as much as possible. I like to see how other crews put together stuff. And working on the show that I am working on now, it's big. A lot of stuff happens. We go on a lot of locations. So I do get to see how the assistant director puts everything together, how he holds everything in line. I do get to see how the assistant director, he or she, I do get to see how the directors, he or she, put together, the shots, how they interact with the cast, how they say, actually, I don't want this. Can we put this over here? How they talk to the cast, hey, how about you do it with this tone? Or you feel like this. And it's really cool. I do get to see all of this, but at points I just feel like my job is extremely boring. And I don't know what the future holds for my job, because Los Angeles County is going through a lot. They went a week without 2,500 or less people hospitalized for COVID, LA County. So they lifted the outdoor mask mandate for vaccinated people, which I'm pretty sure no one gave a shit about anyways, wearing masks outside. If you're just walking down the street or whatever. I mean, a lot of the times when we were on location, we do see people with their masks on walking, so that's cool. But now vaccinated people can take their masks off. Disneyland and Disney World just announced that guests, not the crew members, not the workers, guests, vaccinated guests are allowed to have their masks off both inside and outside. So I guess I'm going to Disneyland soon. And it's funny because it's a 30-minute drive for me. I can go whenever I want. I actually talked to my coworkers like, hey, do you guys want to go to Disneyland once the season wraps? It sounds like a good idea. We did it. We survived being the COVID people. being the assholes on set, the buzzkills. Let's go to Disneyland. I'll buy everyone the Disney hats, the Mickey Mouse hats. I hope we do that. That sounds fun. But, goddamn, what was I going to say? Yeah, the cast, or the crew members still have to wear their masks, though. But LA is inching towards lifting the mask mandates. But the overseer of us, I don't know if I'm allowed to say names, who I work for or whatever. I'm pretty sure I did before, but I just want to be safe since this is on social media, and I am not a representative as to how we talk about things in the public. I do think I am allowed to say that I work on the show that I am, but I'm just being safe as of now. I do want to get more clarification on that, but the overseer of us, our parent company, the owner of us, is still saying that the mask mandate, the COVID rules still have to be followed. And so, yeah, when people saw the outdoor thing, they thought, oh, cool, but no, we still have to follow the rules. I still have my job. And it's funny because I got a fortune cookie that said within this month you will be getting a promotion. You will be selected for getting a promotion. So I hope that means I don't know, something good happens. I mean, fortune cookies, yeah, they're just made in a factory and, they're mass produced. But you never know. My grandpa always says, oh, never know. Oh, never know what's going to happen. Oh, Pop, never know what's going to happen. So anyways, yeah, my job. I guess that's how I feel about that. What else do I want to talk about? There's quite a bit, actually. A lot of them are just reviews, but okay. Let's talk about some games I'm excited for that are coming out. A lot of them are from the Nintendo Direct that just happened about a week ago. So, Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Now, this is the first fully fledged Kirby 3D game. And it looks awesome. Now, I haven't played a lot of Kirby. But what I have played of Kirby, I have very much enjoyed. When I had braces, the guy had a bunch of Game Boys that he could play. And if I was lucky enough, I'd get in the seat with the Kirby game. That's really cool. As a kid, I had I forgot what the game was called, like Kirby and the Magic Mirror or something, where you can play as 4 Kirbys, and you go around, you go through a bunch of mirrors, go to different worlds, and you like fight Meta Knight or something at the end. Really fun game. I've dabbled with some of them on the NES and the SNES online stuff on the Switch. Won't be able to for a while now, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It looks really cool. Looks really fun. I just want to have fun. And with the first 3D Kirby game, it looks awesome. It really does. I'm excited for it. I want to pre-order it. I hope I get like a little trinket from it, like a little Kirby thing. Next, there is a new Mario Strikers game. Mario Strikers being like a soccer game. That looks damn fun. It's the first one since, I don't know if there was one on the Wii, but it's the first one, maybe. If not the Wii, then the GameCube. It just looks really fun. Most Mario games just look really fun. You play it and it's fun. I just hope there's a lot to do. I hope there's a story. I hope it's fun. I hope there's a lot of characters. Because from the looks of it, there's not a lot of characters. Your usual suspects. Mario, Luigi, Peach, Yoshi, Bowser, Donkey Kong, Wario, Waluigi, Rosalina, a Koopa. But I hope there's like Daisy. I love Daisy. She's my main in Super Smash Brothers. Not anymore because I can't play the damn thing. I love Daisy. Maybe there'd be cool if there's a King Boo, but he doesn't have feet. That's fun though. I don't know. Piranha Plant, Magikoopa or Kamek, Wriggler. That'd be a fun one. Just throwing whatever, that would be really cool just to see. Yeah, because I always like having options in games, especially in Mario games. I've always wanted to play as Daisy in a 2D Mario game. Like new Super Mario Brothers. It'd be cool if you can play as Daisy. You can play as Peach in some of them, Toadette. It's always Mario, Luigi, or Toads. It'd be cool if you can play as Wario or Waluigi. That'd be really hard though because Waluigi's tall and looks weird. Okay, anyways, Splatoon 3. I've always wanted to play Splatoon. I never got a chance to play it on the Wii U. I could have a chance to play it on the Switch, the second one at least. But it's most likely going to be outdated once the third one comes out. Splatoon is a game in which you play as these characters called Inklings, and the objective is to cover the arena with as much ink as possible and or eliminate the enemies. So, you have different colors. You just cover the arena with whatever color you have as much as possible. I do like the concept of that. It sounds fun. It sounds enjoyable. It sounds cool. And I like the Inkling character in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And it'd just be cool to play another game. Most of the games I bought physically on the Switch are first-party games. Actually, no, not most of them. All of them. All of them are Nintendo games. But, yeah. I'd like to dabble into something else too, because as a new IP on the Wii U, it was successful. People enjoyed it, and people enjoyed the sequel. And the third one looks cool so far. I'm really excited for it. What else? I want to talk about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So Mario Kart 8 was a game on the Wii U. I think it was the biggest game on the Wii U. It was what most people bought the Wii U for, because Mario Kart is big. It's bigger than what people can even fathom it being. It's Mario Kart. Everyone has it. Even if you don't have it, look in your couch cushions, look in your fridge. You might have a spare copy of it somewhere. Everyone loves Mario Kart. It's fun and enjoyable. Hell, my dad even played it with us one time, and it looked like he was having fun, I think. But anyways, Mario Kart 8 got ported to the Switch with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, with all the DLC from Mario Kart 8. That's fun. But people were getting bored of it. People were getting tired of it. They wanted Mario Kart 9. They wanted Double Dash, a Double Dash mode. But what they announced in the Direct last week, or 2 weeks ago, whatever, was that there are going to be a lot of redone stages from the past, and they're going to put it in a DLC that will end March 2023. So for I think 20 bucks, $25, or if you have the Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack, you get all of these in different waves. So I think it's about 48 stages coming out within the next year. And looks fun. New stages, which are just old stages, but redone to look new. Looks really damn enjoyable. I guess you could do it with a couple more characters. You can always do good with a couple more characters. But this means we will not get Mario Kart 9 for a while. Maybe until the next Nintendo console comes out. Which might be very soon because people are, the Switch is, not good. We're going to get Steam Deck. We can run Dolphin on Steam Deck and play GameCube games like we've always wanted to. Which, go ahead, do that. I'm a simple guy, I never figured out how to do what's it called? I never figured out how to do emulation stuff. I had a friend do Dolphin for me, but I was on my old laptop where it ran like shit. I'm pretty sure if I were to do Dolphin now, it would run perfectly fine because this laptop is dope. But I'm a simple man. I like paying money for old games, even if Nintendo won't make them anymore. Speaking of, they just announced that the eShop for the 3DS and the Wii U will be discontinued next year. I do think that internet access will still be available. They will not shut it down. It's just that you cannot buy any more games on those consoles after March of next year. Which sucks because that means we're reaching the end of an era. The 3DS era was a pretty good one, to say the least. People are indifferent on the Wii U, but you know, it was still a console with, from what I've heard, good games. I've never played a Wii U, but it was still a console that people enjoyed with some good games on it. You know, you had your Donkey Kong games, you had Splatoon, Wind Waker HD, Bayonetta's, Super Smash Brothers for Wii U. The 3DS had a lot of cool stuff on it too. Super Smash Brothers, Mario Maker on the Wii U as well. Some Mario and Luigi games, Paper Mario games. Just, you know, it's sad to see old stuff go. But, you know, that's what happens. You can't support things forever. Things have to eventually go away. Things eventually have to become new. Or new things eventually have to come. It sucks, but you know, it has to happen. I think what people are most pissed off about is, are these games going to be available on the Switch? Some of them can't be because of the function of duo screens, or you know, some of the functions with the touch screen and or, you know, blowing into the mic. Or sometimes when you have to turn the DSi on its side, like in Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story, there's a function where you have to blow into the mic. There's a function where the DS turns on its side, and you have to play like that. You know, some stuff like that you can't do on the Switch. What I thought would have been cool though for the Switch was that if you could play it both in handheld and TV mode for certain things like that, and or the Switch would be able to be played on its, you know, it looks stupid, but if you were to play it vertically, if there was a function where you could do that, it would look incredibly stupid though. What I thought would be cool for the Switch though was that if there was a, you know, the dock could support all kinds of games you can play on the TV. Like, what if you could play Pokemon Ruby on the TV with the power of the dock? Or you can plug in, or you could put in a GameCube game. You could play that on the Switch. I think the thing is that the triggers have this function where it's about how much you press down on it. So maybe that's a matter too. But they do have GameCube support controllers. They do have GameCube controllers. And they're functional to use for both Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and Super Mario Sunshine on Mario 3D All-Stars, which shows the power of the GameCube controller. If fans wanted the GameCube controller to be used on the Wii for Super Smash Bros. Brawl, if they still wanted it to be used on the Wii U for Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, and if they still wanted it to be used for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate on the Switch, that just shows the goddamn power of the GameCube controller. How it is without a doubt the best controller ever. I've felt other controllers. None of them feel as good as the GameCube controller. The GameCube controller just melts in your hand. It fits perfectly. All the buttons are where they need to be. I have no problem with the GameCube controller. It is phenomenal. And I can't fathom how good it feels even after 2 decades. The GameCube controller is the greatest controller to ever exist, and I don't think there can ever be something to pass it up. Now, the PlayStation 5 controller looks damn good. I have never felt it though, and I've heard it rumbles and it can feel cold or feel hot, but the GameCube controller is still top tier. I was getting off topic. What was I talking about beforehand? I hope I can figure this out. Oh yeah, the Wii U shop, the Nintendo 3DS shop, the eShop's being shut down in March 2023. I was going on a tangent about that from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, DLC, whatever. But anyways, yeah. Sucks to see an era go. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC. That means I'll have to finally get Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I haven't got it before because I was like, might as well. My sister had it. We can play it whenever. But anyways, now let's talk about Earthbound 1 and 2. Earthbound and Earthbound Beginnings, Mother and Mother 2. They're finally coming to the NES and SNES Nintendo Switch Online games. and I've never played them. I've heard nothing but great things about them. The music, the art style, the gameplay, the stories. They've looked great. And there was a meme about getting Mother 3 localized, and God knows why Nintendo's not doing it. They would make so much goddamn money if they were to do so. Of course, fans have done their fan projects and localized it themselves. But that just shows Nintendo why I don't get why they're so damn backwards. Like they'll get old games people have probably never heard about from Japan and go, hey, we're now making this available in the US for the first time. Cool. No one gives a shit. Where's Mother 3? It's funny. It really is. Whatever though. I'm excited to play those. I've always wanted to play them. You're playing Super Smash Brothers, and you go, who's Ness? I've never heard of Ness in my life. Who's Lucas? I've never heard of Lucas in my life. Why is this music so damn good? Let's play these old games. So when my Switch gets fixed, I'll play them. What else is there? I've noticed that a lot of these are Nintendo games, and that's because I'm a Nintendo asshole. So I think this will be the last, or these last two will be the last Nintendo games. Pokemon Legends Arceus. It is a 3D Pokemon game in which you capture a lot of Pokemon in the very past, and long ago past, in Arceus. Arceus was never able to be caught in the US. Oh, it's too difficult to figure out where to play this item, so it won't be in the game, only if you hack and cheat in it. But they let children use Braille and shit in Ruby and Sapphire to get the Reggies and shit. What the fuck? Why? But anyways, oh yeah, you also have to have a Relicanth and a specific slot in your party, I believe, in order to get the Reggies in Generation 3. But anyways, the game looks great. It looks fun. I was talking with my friend at work. He's like, dude, it is amazing. He's sinking hours into it. And the GameStop that I went to last week was sold out. Whatever. When my next check comes in, I'll probably buy it. Or I'll get it when get my damn Switch fixed. I hope that when I send my Switch in, if they have to replace it, I hope it's the same Animal Crossing Switch. If it isn't, I'll be pissed and furious. Because it's the Animal Crossing Switch. Has a special dock. The controllers are special colored. And the Switch itself has cool little outlines on the back. And it came with the Nintendo Switch Animal Crossing box. Game not included for some godforsaken reason. But anyways, yeah, I'm excited for Pokemon Legends Arceus. I really want to play it. Alright, the last Nintendo game I'll be talking about, and it is the one I think everyone and their mother has been waiting for years. Ever since the Switch released in 2017, this game has been getting, worldwide applause, worldwide critical acclaim. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. It was the first game to be released on the Switch, and also it was released on the Wii U, but that was just because it was announced for the Wii U years back. Kept getting delayed, and it's called, people are calling it one of the greatest games ever. It is one of the greatest games I've ever played. I've completed it, not 100%. I only completed the story because God knows I will be dead, and that game will still have secrets to be discovered in it, probably. There's so much to do, and there's so much detail. It's fun. I love the combat. I like the story. There's voice acting in it. And after that, people said, what's next? What's going to happen in the sequel? When's the sequel going to come out? It's been 5 years. Well, almost 5 years. And the sequel isn't out. It has been announced back in, I think, 2020. But that's going to take a long time, and not a lot has been said about it. There has been some gameplay footage. There was a trailer. All we know is that it's going to take a long time, but they're shooting for at some point this year, I believe. Hopefully. I'm excited for it. I love Zelda games. They're fun. They're enjoyable. Wind Waker is one of my favorite games ever. Alright. This will probably be the only non-Nintendo video game I'm looking forward to. Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga. Now, if you know me, Star Wars is one of my favorite things. I love Star Wars. It's fantastic. But Lego Star Wars is an entire beast of its own. The Lego games are very whimsical and silly, but they're so damn enjoyable. I remember on the Gamecube playing Lego Star Wars and Lego Star Wars 2, the original trilogy. And there's just so much to do. And you can play all the episodes. You can play special levels. You can make your own characters. I think it was the Complete Saga or something that was released on the Wii. When I got a Wii, I got the game, and I sunk hours into it, getting all the characters, completing as much as I can, getting all the special bricks, building like the golden ship or whatever, making your own characters, unlocking all the characters, unlocking all the ghost characters. It was fun. It was so damn enjoyable. And then Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens came out. I played the demo and I'm like, wow, it's an entirely new spin on Lego Star Wars games. There's voice acting in it. Some of it's ripped from the game, some of it's new. Some of it's ripped from the movies, some of it's new. The way the characters moves are cool, the way the combat is new. Fighting in the ships, ducking behind cover and shooting at specific enemies. It was really fun. But I never played them. Nor have I played the Clone Wars Lego Star Wars game. But although I haven't watched much stuff about the new Lego Star Wars game or the Skywalker Saga, I'm gonna get it regardless, and I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna be damn entertained by it. I don't know. I think it comes out in May, I think May or April. March or April. But whenever that comes out, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna love it. They're redoing old levels of older games. So I hear there'll be like a hub world or something. I don't care. I don't care whatever it is. I just want to play Lego Star Wars. I loved it as a kid. Speaking of Star Wars, let's talk about... I was going to talk about the Book of Boba Fett, but not yet. I'm going to talk about my excitement for Obi-Wan, or the Kenobi, the new Star Wars series coming out the 25th of March. Is it March? I think so. Anyways, or is it May? Whatever. The point is, it's coming out soon. It's going to be about Obi-Wan being in exile after the events of Episode 3. Not a lot is known about it, but on my set, I have seen people with jackets and stuff saying they've worked on the show. I'm like, dude, it's awesome. So I'm excited for it. I've liked most of the stuff Disney has done with Star Wars outside of the movies. Like, they finished Clone Wars. Awesome. Not really them, but, Clone Wars is finished. The Mandalorian Season 1 and 2 are phenomenal. Rogue One is probably the best Star Wars movie that isn't from that trilogy. Although The Force Awakens is really good. Rogue One is up there. They're interchangeable with how much I enjoy them. But I have more issues with Rogue One, being that the pacing is a little slow in the first act. But, yeah, I'm really excited for Kenobi. I just, damn. Ewan McGregor's coming back, and Hayden Christensen's coming back. I'm excited. I really am. I'm a goof. I'm a nerd. I love Star Wars. Sue me, whatever. Okay, since we're talking about media and stuff now, I think now is the appropriate time to talk about a trailer that just dropped for a film coming out this year that I think people are going to eat up and I'm going to not like. That being Jurassic World Dominion. The trailer dropped for it, I believe, last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, and it looks bad. People are like, oh, this is going to be the best Jurassic Park movie ever because they're bringing back the trio from the first movie, and it's going to be awesome, and fuck off. It looks like shit. I'm not going to enjoy it because the events of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom were stupid and idiotic. I'm going to release the dinosaurs into the world because they're alive like me. Because I'm a clone, like how they're, clones or whatever. What the fuck? Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom brings me so much anger whenever I think about it. It is one of the dumbest films I've ever seen in my life. It is fucking stupid. Apparently, Jurassic World Dominion is what Colin Trevorrow has wanted. But he felt like he needed to make Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom to make this film. To have dinosaurs in the world. How did the dinosaurs get to Rome? Weren't they in America? Do they have to cross ocean? Did they leap on the back of people? I know some dinosaurs were taken because they were bought. But I don't think any of those people had a chance to buy them because they were all released or something stupid. $10 million for a dinosaur. Fuck off. I fucking hate that movie. Fuck. And then people are like, oh my god, they're bringing back fucking the Sam Neill and Jeff Goldblum, even though he was in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. And what the fuck's her name? I can't forget her name. The girl that plays Ellie. Is her name Ellie from Jurassic Park? Because there's Dr. Grant. There's Jeff Goldblum's character. Why can't I remember his name? And the girl. I forget her name. I mean, like, it sucks that I don't remember their names because I do enjoy those characters. She was in Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. She played Holdo, a character that most people hate. Not for the actress's fault, but because of the writing. I don't have my phone, it's charging right now. I'd look it up anyway, either way. But I think it's too late to save this trilogy. Because don't get me wrong, I like Jurassic World. I do think it's a good movie. And it's funny because I was watching Big Bang Theory the other day, and Raj was like, I was thinking about Jurassic World. What a bad movie. And I'm like, okay, it's probably one studio, Warner Brothers, knocking at Universal's, being like, haha, we don't like your movies, so we'll say it in our show. But Jurassic World's a good movie. I like it. It's enjoyable. CG's good. Even though practical stuff will always look better. The practical stuff in Jurassic Park and even Lost World look better than all the CG in Jurassic World. Just because it's real and, it's tangible and it's there. But Fallen Kingdom is a piece of shit. I'm sorry. I really am. I don't like talking bad on movies, but I have to when the movie is awful and everyone went to go see it. I saw it because I was hoping for something good. But everyone's like, oh god, that's awesome. No, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom is a piece of dog shit. I never want to watch it again in my life, but I know I'm going to have to watch Dominion. I hope I don't. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to. But anyways, it just looks bad. And they're bringing back the old characters. Like I won't say it, but a film from the 80s did so in a new film that came out last year. And then Star Wars, Disney's new trilogy, they brought back Luke, they brought back Han, they brought back Leia. The sucky thing about that was that none of those characters, they all didn't get to come together. Luke never got to see Han. Luke saw Leia in 8. Not really, but he did. And then, Leia saw Han, but Han and Luke never met. So we never got that feeling of everyone coming together. And what they did to Han in episode 7. I'm pretty sure Harrison Ford didn't give a shit out of the way. But it's like, it's too late for these old characters to pass on the torch to these new characters. Because one, we've already seen these new characters for 2 films. That's like saying if fucking the new Star Wars trilogy had Luke, Han, and Leia appear in episode 9 out of nowhere. He'd be like, "Hey kid, you need some help?" And what the you know how fucking stupid that would be? That would be the most idiotic, brain dead, stupid idea. And now they're doing it for this one. They're just trying to save face, and there's no fucking way they can do it. What the fuck are these old people going to do against dinosaurs? Fucking dinosaurs! What the fuck? I'm getting pissed off, but I don't want to, but I am. Because Jurassic World Dominion looks bad. It's too late to bring back these old characters. It's too late to save face. It's going to be a bad movie. You can't undo the events from fucking Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Because the only reason this film exists is because the little girl went, "Oh, I'm going to release these dinosaurs into the world where they will kill people. Because they're alive like me." Fuck off. The director for Fallen Kingdom did his best to make a visually interesting movie. But the script was stupid. The story was stupid. And this new movie is most likely going to be bad. Fuck. God damn it. I'm not doing this as an act. This is how I actually feel. Me and a coworker at work have most likely... Oh yeah, we've been mad about this since we saw the trailer. Speaking of trailer, let's go off and talk about the Halo show. It's just going to be called Halo. Or Halo the series, I don't know. It got renewed for a 2nd season already. The first one hasn't even come out, and it comes out March 24th. That will be the day I will become a proud Paramount Plus subscriber solely for the Halo show. I'm excited for it. It's non-canon, but I'm excited for it. It's a new story, but it's still following like Master Chief, and there's Cortana, and the Covenant, and rings and stuff. Last year at the Video Game Awards, they had a 1-minute teaser, and it looked really cool. And now, with this trailer that came out during the AFC Championship game between the Bengals and the Chiefs. Was it the Bengals and the Chiefs? Yeah. I don't know if I talked about it already, but I watched it, and I'm like, holy shit, this looks like the most beautiful thing ever. And I'm excited for it. I want to see cool action. I want to see a good story. But people are pissed off about 2 things in particular. One, Master Chief's voice, because it's not the original voice actor. And 2, Cortana's look. And it's funny because Master Chief looks great, but people say he doesn't sound good. Cortana sounds great because they got the original voice actress, Jen Taylor, I think. But she looks off to people because she's not blue and naked. I don't give a shit. The rest of the show looks cool to me. I just hope that it's good. But they already renewed it for a 2nd season, so it's probably good. Hopefully. And or they're expecting a lot of people to subscribe and watch it. But I'm excited for it. I want to see cool. I mean, the action looks cool. The armor looks cool. People are complaining about an AK-47 500 years in the future. Whatever. They're complaining about a Chevy car 500 years in the future. Whatever. It looks cool. It looks very detailed. A lot of the CG looks cool. There's a close up of an elite, and it looks really cool. There's a jackal that looks like it has an energy sword that looks really cool. Master Chief fighting 2 elites with an energy sword, hitting him in the back, and you can see the shield kind of crackle a little with the sparks flying off, and he hits it with an assault rifle. That looks badass. I'm excited for this show. I love Halo. You know, I love Halo. I've been playing Halo Infinite. I like playing the old games. I'm excited for it. I don't give a shit what anyone says about Cortana looking human and Master Chief sounding off. Fuck off. I'm excited for it. Um, let's see. Okay, the last thing I will talk before I get into some reviews will be the 2022 Oscar nominations. Now, this just happened last week, and I was a little upset. Now, there are some films I haven't seen. Like, out of all of the films nominated for Best Picture, I only saw Nightmare Alley. And I did not like Nightmare Alley that much. I enjoyed it for the most part, but Best Picture? Fuck off. There's nothing about that film that screams Best Picture. I'm sorry, Guillermo, but no. What I am pissed off about is that there's no Green Knight, there's no Titan, there's no Pig, and there's no The French Dispatch. The French Dispatch being my favorite film of last year, Titan being the most batshit insane film, not even a Best Foreign Film nod, not even a cinematography nod for Titan, for French Dispatch, what the fuck? Production design? I mean, I think production and costume, Nightmare Alley got nominated for. Okay, cool. But not a score for Green Knight? Not a score for French Dispatch? Alexander Desplat, The French Dispatch, that was great. Nightmare Alley had a good score too, but that did get nominated. Nightmare Alley's score kept me in. Kept me, invested. I was like, wow, this is a great score. But what the fuck? There's a film, Don't Look Up, a Netflix film that caused a lot of controversy. It's about like what the media is showing people and what, I don't know. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to because I'm going to watch all the films and figure out what's going to win Best Picture based off of my best judgment. But from what I've heard, a lot of people are disappointed. Mainly because, these movies really, this is just from what I've read on subreddits and internet and Instagram and Twitter and stuff. But like other people have had the same idea that I had. There's no Titan, there's no The Green Knight or The French Dispatch or Pig. Someone literally had the same tweet as me. Where's Titan, French Pig or French Dispatch, Pig, and Green Knight? I'm like, holy shit! I had the same complaints too. But I also want to point out that there are some people being stupid. Like, I don't know why Disney would try to push Spider-Man No Way Home for being the best picture. There's a difference between having a film being extremely enjoyable and a film being the best of the year. Jimmy Kimmel, I think it was Jimmy Kimmel, was like, how come Spider-Man No Way Home didn't get nominated? Look at all the people it brought in. And then Don't Look Up. I nominate that and not Spider-Man No Way Home. I'm thinking, fuck you. There's a difference between like a really enjoyable film and best picture film. Like, would you want Black Widow nominated for last year because you really enjoyed it? Would I want Malignant to be nominated even though I really enjoyed it? No. It's not best picture material. But then again, people see the Oscars as a sham just so they can promote their political agenda or whatever. Also, where the fuck is Spencer? This film was phenomenal. The only nomination Spencer got was for Best Actress, which I hope Kristen Stewart wins. She did a phenomenal job in there. I will be talking about this film next. But what the fuck? Where are all these other great films? I mean, I'm glad that Flea got nominated for Best Animated Feature. I haven't seen it, but I'm going to. But out of the 5 films nominated for Best Animated Feature, 3 of them are Disney, being Encanto, Raya and the Last Dragon, and what else was nominated? Let me look it up real quick. Best Animated Film. Was it Luca? Was Luca nominated? It was Luca. Luca being a very mediocre film. The more I look back at Encanto, another very mediocre film. What else was nominated? I'm going to look this up because it's I mean, Soul won last year. Okay. Um but for the most part, a lot of it seems like, oh, it's the Disney Award. The Mitchells versus the Machines. I've heard a lot of mixed stuff on that. And Flea. I've heard nothing but great things about that. And from what I've seen of Flea, it looks like a very personal, touching, thought-provoking story. Very personal story. I mean, don't get me wrong, Encanto had a lot of great things in it, but the more I look back on it, I'm like, that is a very mediocre film. People are enjoying it though because of the songs. Also, that got nominated for Best Score. I don't remember a single piece of music in there that wasn't the soundtrack. What the fuck? I don't think the soundtrack can count as the score. Can it? I've never heard of that before. But oh well. I was planning on going to see a film called Belle today, an anime that I when I heard about it, I'm like, oh cool, that looks really cool. I'm gonna go watch it. Never did. Maybe I'll go see it. Maybe I'll see it next week. But I'm like, what the fuck? It just seems like it's the Disney Award because let's look back on the best animated films. Last year, it was Soul, Onward, Over the Moon, a Shaun the Sheep movie, Farmageddon, and Wolfwalkers. Two of those being Pixar films. Onward being another somewhat mediocre film. Soul being a very... Okay, Onward is a different story because I enjoyed Onward. But, you know, it's an average... It was an average Pixar film. It was good, and then it tugged at your heartstrings. Soul was a little better than Onward. I liked Soul. Wait, what the fuck? Oh yeah, Soul came out near the end of the year. Never mind. I was thinking Onward came out in 2019. Because it got a lot of talk in 2020. Wait, what the fuck? When did Onward come out? It was 2020 for the year 2021. Okay. The years confuse me when I look at them sometimes. But Soul, a lot of people wanted Wolfwalkers to win. That was what I was hearing from online stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. And then there was 2019, Toy Story 4, How to Train Your Dragon 3, something called I Lost My Body, Klaus, and Missing Link. Now, what I was hearing was people wanted Klaus to win, but Toy Story won. 2018, Spider-Verse, Incredibles 2, Isle of Dogs, something called Mirai, and Ralph Breaks the Internet. Now, there was this meme about Ralph Breaks the Internet being sold with Best Animated Film Award on it for the Oscars. And I was laughing my ass off because I was like, no. No. Disney cannot be so cocky. Ralph Breaks the Internet is very mediocre as well. Very touching moments in there. Stuff about letting go and moving on. But it's not a good movie. I don't... let me rephrase it. It's not that great of a movie. Now, I was more torn in between whether Isle of Dogs or Spider-Verse would win. I mean, me personally, I didn't care. But I just didn't want Incredibles 2 to win. Because Incredibles 2... I don't like it. I don't like Incredibles 2. I think it's not good. Oh well. But Spider-Verse won, so I was okay with that. I was just glad the Isle of Dogs got nominated for that and for Best Score. Alexander Desplat, yet again. 2017. Out of all the films from 2017, none of them looked that great. There's something called Loving Vincent. I haven't heard about that. Something called The Breadwinner. I haven't heard about that. They just seem like films to be nominated, so it doesn't look like they only nominate Disney films. But Coco won, whatever. 2016, Zootopia, the Red Turtle, My Life as a Zucchini, Moana, and Kubo and the Two Strings. People were pulling for Kubo and the Red Turtle, but Zootopia won. Okay, Zootopia was good. 2015, it was between Inside Out or Anomalisa. Inside Out won. Inside Out was good. 2014, this is, I think, the biggest controversy out of all of them. Big Hero 6 won. Where the fuck was the Lego movie? It wasn't even nominated. It was just the Lego movie won. I mean, it was Big Hero 6 won. Where the fuck was the Lego movie? Lego movie was infinitely times more better than Big Hero 6. I think I got off a little off track, but it's the Disney Movie Award, basically, as some people make jokes and memes about. But anyways, I think I'm done with that. Let's talk about the reviews. I'm only going to be doing 2 reviews this time around. I wanted to save a Smiling Friends review for this time, but I think I want to make that into its own video. Something short. But let's talk about the Book of Boba Fett. This was released in December of 2021, the first episode at least, and weekly. It was released until the 9th of February, with that being the season 1 finale. I like to say who directed, who created. I do think the creator was still Jon Favreau. But a lot of the names involved in it were Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, Robert Rodriguez. Those are like the 3 big names involved in it. And the premise of the show is that if you've seen The Mandalorian Season 2, you know that Boba Fett's not dead. He helps Mando in getting the child back, Grogu. And Grogu goes on with Luke to train as a Jedi, with a very emotional ending for Season 2 of Mandalorian. Book of Boba Fett, there's an end credit scene in the Mando show where Boba Fett kills, I forget the guy's name, the guy with the Twi'lek with the big tail wrapped around his neck or something. He kills him because Jabba was dead, and then he takes over and decides to rule Mos Eisley, whatever, that section of Tatooine. And so Boba's like, I'm going to rule with respect and not fear. And then he gets involved with other families and other businesses trying to take over. And so Boba needs arms, and he needs to fight people. And he needs people to fight with him. And he's going to try and stop a dust trade. This is all spoilers, by the way. He's going to try and stop a dust from going into there, because he's like, oh, it's going to kill people, and it's bad, and I'm Boba Fett, and I'm good now. And then it becomes the Mando show for 2 episodes, the 2 best episodes of the show. Yeah. I'm gonna try and talk about it episode by episode at least. The first episode is called Stranger in a Strange Land, directed by Robert Rodriguez. Now, a lot of people are blaming their issues on Robert Rodriguez, but let's discuss Boba Fett for a second. People are saying this isn't the same Boba Fett from the original trilogy, which, fair point, but the Boba Fett from the original trilogy was nothing. He had a couple of lines like, he's no good to me dead. He had a couple of lines, but he looked so badass, and he died in a very pathetic way. He didn't really do much. He was able to, trace down Han Solo, figure out where they were going, but he didn't do anything. So you don't have a lot to work off of based on the original trilogy. A lot of people get their love for Boba Fett not just by his look, not by how badass he looks, but by outside material of the movies. You have him in Clone Wars, you have, certain video games, you have comics and stuff. But As I haven't finished Clone Wars, so I don't know a lot about Boba Fett and the Clone Wars. I know him as a kid. I'm basing my viewing of this show on Boba Fett from the original trilogy and how they develop his character from that into the flashback scenes from the show. So it opens up with him, ripping his glove out from the ground. He escapes the Sarlacc pit. Okay. Then he gets kidnapped by Tusken Raiders and he learns to live with them because he saved one of the young Tusken Raiders from being killed by this monster. Now, from what I'm understanding about Boba Fett is that he is a bounty hunter from the original trilogy. When Darth Vader walks up to him, he goes, "No disintegration. As you wish, my lord," or whatever Boba says. So we know Boba's a badass based off of that line. We know he's ruthless. He is a bounty hunter. He is paid. He kills people and or brings them in. I don't think it seemed a little off that he was so sympathetic, not only in the present, like, I'm going to rule with respect. I'm not like Jabba the Hutt. I'm going to be a good guy now. But then you see a lot of that built off of in the flashbacks where he learns to sympathize with the Tusken Raiders. Now, although I enjoyed it, it just seemed a little off at points. Like, should he really be this sympathetic? Shouldn't he be doing everything he can to kill these people and get out of there? A friend of mine argued at work. He was like, "Well, he's a bounty hunter. He's only paid. He's paid to do bad stuff. That's why he does it." But I'm like, "Yeah, but he still does it nonetheless." So to think that he would just kill them all and get out of there, steal all their stuff because he's a bounty hunter, he probably has no morals. But the morals he gets in present day are based off of these flashbacks, which a criticism. I've heard people at work talk about it, where they're like, he has these flashbacks in the most cheesy way possible. Which, yes, they are kind of cheesy. He's in this like water tank to heal himself, and he's getting nightmares from the past. Like, why are they only happening when you sleep? And why don't you, like, do you not get PTSD from the present or something? How can we as audience have to see that? Why can't we just see it beforehand? Why? And the fact that their nightmares are never touched upon, like it's affecting him in the present, where he sees something and it triggers something from the past. It's just that he's sleeping, he shakes a little, and then he has a flashback. It's so cheesy. But I did enjoy Boba in this show. He was badass. He did some cool stuff. He fought stuff. He fought people. And he learned how to fight with like a spear that he learned to build himself from the Tusken Raiders. He finds out that the Tusken Raiders are being, there's this train that drives by and shoots at them and kills them, like the Banthas and stuff. So he steals these bikes. He steals some bikes from the like some bike gang, and he shows them how to ride them so they can stop the train, get their supplies, and stop spice runs from being done. And so because he does this, they get killed by at first it seems like the biker gangs do it. So through flashbacks, Boba gets his ship back. The slave, is it Slave 2 or Slave 1? I can't remember the name of it. I think it's the Slave 2. And he gets his ship back, kills the bikers. Then he looks for his armor for, 14 years. Or he looks for his armor for 5 years, basically. We know that Cobb Vanth has his armor, and then Mando Season 2 happens. He saves Fennec Shand. He saves Fennec, gets his ship back, kills the Sarlacc pit. That's most likely it for the flashbacks. But getting caught up in present day, Boba's trying to, be with these people. He's trying to rule with respect. But other businesses, other families, like, hey, yo, why do we have to listen to you? We're gonna kill you anyways because you're spice runs and stuff, and you're not gonna respect us. So Boba's like, hey, we need hands, we need people, we need help. So Fennec's all like, we can always hire help. You hear the Mando theme, and it leads to the best 2 episodes of the show. The Return of the Mandalorian and From the Desert Comes a Stranger. Return of the Mandalorian was directed by Bryce Dallas Howard. From the Desert Comes a Stranger is directed by Dave Filoni. Now, the reason why these two are the best episodes is because they're the best. You know, the Boba story isn't as interesting as the Mando story. The Mando story being he's trying to get... He wants to see Grogu again. He wants to... How do I say this? He wants to see Grogu. He wants to find out where the rest of the Mandalorians are. He's learning how to use the Darksaber. But upon seeing Grogu, he can't... This is both 5 and 6, episode 5 and 6, which barely have Boba Fett in it. And because we're not that involved in the Boba Fett story, which isn't that interesting to begin with, this story is so much more compelling and personal and impactful because we love Mando and we love the child, and we're seeing Luke again, and then we see Ahsoka, and we see Grogu training with Luke, and Grogu cute scenes and stuff. And then Mando is all like, I want to see the child, but Ahsoka's like, yo, it's going to mess up with his training. You know, he's already struggling. Seeing you is going to make him struggle even more. So Mando's like, okay, I give up, I guess. He leaves the gift. Luke's like, the Mandalorian was here. I'll make you choose. Only a Sith deals in absolutes. Either you take the gift from the Mandalorian and you go back with him, or you stay here, you take Yoda's lightsaber, and you learn with me. And so based on that, people are already fearing that if he didn't go... People are fearing that, hey, if he chooses to go back with Mando, it's going to ruin the ending of Season 2. How important that was, how impactful it was. But if he stays with Luke, he's going to die because Kylo Ren, you know, he fucking destroyed the school. Because they're on Ahch-To right now. So, yeah. But Grogu ends up going back with Mando. Season 2's finale is kind of ruined because we know that Grogu goes back with Mando. And we're going to get Mando Season 3 with him and Grogu again. Which, hell, I'm excited for. But it sucks that the best episodes... Well, the 7th episode's really good. It's good. It's enjoyable. It's fun. It's the most fun episode. Because you see the final stand with all the families trying to kill Boba Fett. And Mando comes there and tries to help with them. And Cobb Vanth's town ends up joining to help them. But not Cobb Vanth. Because Cobb Vanth, you know, he died because... Big spoiler. Cad Bane shows up. He's being hired by the other families to stop them from getting help. And Cad Bane looks fucking badass. I don't give a shit that he doesn't look like the Clone Wars style. He looks menacing. He looks dope. He sounds great. The only issue is that he's a little underutilized. He shot Cobb Vanth and his deputy. He murked his deputy. He shot Cobb Vanth in the shoulder, but he still needed to die and be regenerated in the Bacta tank by the mods. People have issues with the mods as well. I'll get into that later. But Cat Bane is there. And Boba kills him in like a very sad way. Like, I get what the show is going for. Like, he's giving up his bounty hunter ways and fighting him using like the tactic he learned from the Tusken Raiders, you know. But it's still lame that they killed Cad Bane in such a lame way. What the fuck, you know? One of those badass characters from Clone Wars. You introduce him in this show only just to kill him off a second later. What the fuck? You know, so I was kind of pissed off about that. And I don't get where Boba's coming off with, oh, Mando, you and I will die with honor. The last episode's called In the Name of Honor. So he's like, we're going to die with honor. Why? You're a bounty hunter. You were a bounty hunter. Both of you were bounty hunters. What the fuck? And there's just stupid stuff in there. Like, I mean, yeah, it's cool to see Mando and Boba team up and murk all these people. And then out of nowhere, these big droids come out of nowhere. Like these big turret droids, like droidicas with energy shields, come out of nowhere. And they don't really kill people. They just blow up some stuff. And then Boba learns how to use the Rancor and kill the machines. But then the Rancor goes crazy, and then Grogu stops it. And then Boba, like I guess he rules with the town somewhat being destroyed. And the mods are these people he hired to, I guess help him in like episode 3 or something with like this chase scene. And they're pissed off. That was the slowest and most dumb chase scene ever. I didn't mind the mods. I get what they were going for. They were supposed to make a Boba feel more sympathetic about the people who didn't have much in this town. Because, they were stealing water. And the water's being sold at a ridiculous price. So I get that. I get why Boba was doing the things he did. I get why he hired the mods. But at the same time, it's still kind of dumb. Like they didn't do anything really. I get people's criticism with them. I just didn't give a shit because I was like, I don't mind the mods. I mean, they're kind of cool, but I guess people were kind of mad because they were trying to go for the woke side, like, oh, colored hair and minorities. You can't have colored hair people, minorities in Star Wars. What's wrong with you? That's how I see people hating the mods as really. Aside from them being kind of useless. Like one of the guys does a spin out of nowhere to shoot the people who were already directly in front of him. That was kind of dumb. And Mando does the same thing, but he would have had to turn a specific direction in order to shoot the people who were in front of him. Because Boba was like right next to him, he was turned in a specific direction. But the way the guy did that, he spun to shoot the pikes, were kind of stupid. I mean, I get it if there was like a blaster being shot at him, and he dodged the blast, but that didn't happen. So I get people's criticism with the mods and how dumb they are. And they're like, oh, they're Power Rangers. There is this clip that I saw where it's like George Costanza from Seinfeld driving away on these scooters from some old people. They were like, hey, this is basically that ending, that scene. I'm like, holy shit, that's actually really funny. I laughed my ass off at that. But I'm like, whatever. It's whatever. But I thought the special effects were great. The show looks really good. Episode 5, 6, and 7 are the best of the series. I mean, the action's really good. Boba Fett's cool. Although it did seem... I mean, I get it. You didn't have a lot to work with based on the original trilogy because a lot of the stuff outside is non-canon. So you have to work with what you have on the original trilogy. Or bring some of that back into it. I don't know. But anyways, some of it felt off. But overall, I did enjoy the Book of Boba Fett. I really enjoyed it, but looking at it as a show, looking at it critically through my critical eyes, it's not amazing. I mean, my enjoyment factor was, this is amazing, but it's not the best thing out there. I do think that episode 5 and 6 are the best of the show. Because those storylines felt more impactful than the Boba Fett stuff. Although I understand what they were going for with the Boba Fett stuff, I just didn't find it as impactful as the Mando stuff. So overall, I'm going to give the Book of Boba Fett Season 1 a B-. It was enjoyable, but there is a lot of dumb stuff in it. And I get why some of the things happened, but they weren't as impactful to me as they were for other people. So those are my thoughts on the Book of Boba Fett Season 1. I guess I'm excited for Season 2. A coworker of mine said that they were kind of stuck with using Tamora Morrison because he does look larger. And he's the same actor. Or the same voice actor. He's Jango Fett, basically. He plays Jango Fett. And so they use him for Boba because he's the same. They're the same people. He is basically a clone of Boba Fett as a child. So I understand everyone's criticism with the show. I just kind of don't care because I did enjoy the show. I understood why things had to happen, but at the end of the day, it's there. I can watch it again and enjoy it. I can still understand the criticisms people had, and I can still understand the criticisms I had, but It was enjoyable. I do have my gripes with it. People have the gripes with it, so it's whatever at the end of the day. The Book of Boba Fett. Go watch it. It's on Disney Plus. It'll never leave because it's Star Wars. Never have to worry about that. So, yeah, that's it. All right, the final thing I'm going to be discussing in this episode of the Slice podcast will be a movie review for the film Spencer, starring Kristen Stewart and directed by Pablo Larraín. Now, this tells a story about Princess Diana and Prince Charles before they separated. It's during Christmas, and Princess Diana has to travel back and spend time with the royal family, who she feels she is strained from. She's not like them. She doesn't like doing their traditions, but she has to do this one because she's part of the royal family. And there's lots of talks about, Princess Diana and Prince Charles separating their conflicted marriage with each other. And so that's something that she has to struggle with, that and how the family perceives her. So this is an imagining of what happened during that time before her death. And I will say that this film is beautiful. It is shot excellently. It looks marvelous. I found the score to be enchanting. There was droning noises. There was beauty. This film is phenomenal. It was damn good. My only issues I'd say I'd have with it are that it is rather slow at points. But that's it. Aside from that, this film is beautiful and the acting is great, especially by Kristen Stewart, who has come a long way from being the girl in the Twilight movies. She pulls it off. She's amazing in this film. I really like what the film has to say about separation, about how family perceives you, about trying to differentiate yourself from others, about not caring what others feel, about perceiving how you are felt by others. It's amazing. I really don't think there is much to say on this film. But I really wanted to see it last year. I never got a chance to, though. My friend said he saw it like 5 times at home because he absolutely adored it. I talked about it with him in length. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let's see. I said, just finished it. What a beautiful film. Looked gorgeous. Glad Kristen Stewart got that nomination. Beautiful score. Just all around great. Oh yes, this film did get nominated for Best Score, and I see why. It was amazing. It helped set the mood for all of these moments, and Kristen Stewart's acting definitely played a huge role in it. She's great. She looks beautiful. And of course, we don't know. This is just an imagining of what could have happened before her and Prince Charles split up. A lot of this film revolves around her and her children as well, who she feels she is most connected to out of this family because they're her children. And Prince Charles wants them to do specific things like going hunting. She doesn't feel like they should yet. There's a lot of similarities between her and, they're going to hunt for pheasants, and they're bred to get hunted. And there's a lot of stuff about tradition too. There's just so many things about this film, what it has to say, especially about how you're perceived and how others perceive you, how they look at you, and the sense of tradition, more specifically since this is the royal family. And I didn't know a lot about Princess Diana. I didn't know a lot about the royal family during these times, so there's not a lot for me to go on, but the film presents everything beautifully. From the beginning, there's this scene where Queen Elizabeth, she's getting weighed, and there's this tradition that you have to gain 3 pounds over the course of Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and the day after Christmas. You have to gain 3 pounds in order to show that you enjoyed yourself, that you've been fed and you enjoyed everything. And Princess Diana never likes to get weighed because she says she's half jewelry anyway. She wears all this jewelry on her. But she's being forced to because there's someone different who is doing the weighing. And there's so many great scenes of her, she has to eat this food and she throws it up because she doesn't want to join the tradition because she wants to separate from the family because of how controlling it feels for her. It's just all around a great film. I can't praise it anymore. I really wanted it to be nominated for Best Picture. I was like, wow, this film's phenomenal. I mean, and I really like how it looks old. I don't know how they filmed it. I don't know if it was filmed on film, but it looked old. And it's a gripe I have with a lot of new films as well. That everything, it either has to look super crisp or everything is crisp. Or this just looks what I want to say about that is like either one character is super in focus and everything else is blurry, or everything is super in focus, or we know what I'm trying to say. And this film looked old. It looked like it was filmed before our times. It looked great. It looked beautiful, and I was still everything looked clear, but not super crisp, high definition, 4K clear, 60 frames per second. It was beautiful. I wanted to be nominated for Best Cinematography as well. Of course, you have people, the foreground's blurry and the background's blurry and the foreground's in focus because of or focused on a character, but it looked beautiful. I thought it looked amazing, stunning, spectacular. Every synonym involving great, beautiful, perfect. This film was great. I can't praise it any more than I already am now. It's easily one of my favorites for last year, even though I watched it last week. It's stunning. It's phenomenal. Definitely enjoyed it. I highly recommend you check this film out. I'm going to give Spencer an A. It is, every sense of the word, beautiful. I love this film. I'm probably going to watch it over and over again. It's great. I want there to be more recognition for it. It's a fantastic film, and it's from Neon, I would say the cousin of A24, but anyways, check out Spencer. I highly recommend it. I'll definitely be watching it again soon, and I seriously hope Kristen Stewart wins Best Actress. She deserves it. She pulled off a great performance. So anyways, that's it for the Slice Podcast, episode 18. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the skit I put out last week. I hope you're looking forward to the next episode of Me vs. Me, where we conclude what happens when Christopher leaves and Christopher ends up doing whatever he's going to do. You'll find out at the next episode of the skit. So anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Slice Podcast, where I give you a slice of my mind. I'll be back with more enjoyable content like this. See ya, and bye.